Welcome to Onshape for Makers, where we are creating models to go to the shop. The part today is from the TooTallToby.com website and the TooTallToby.com YouTube channel. This was a contest model, and it's got some interesting features in it. The one you'll note right here, this rib on the bottom doesn't follow the contour when it gets to the edge. It's got a taper on this face and a taper on that face. Trying to extrude those can cause all kinds of zero thickness errors. This is a copy of the drawing they used in the contest. It's on purpose a little difficult to read because it makes it more fun when you're in a really big hurry. The thing to notice over here in this detail is this is measured at 20 from top to bottom, but when we draw the profile, we're going to draw it at 17 and then add the thickness to get 20. First time I did it, I got the wrong number, to be honest, and trying to avoid you guys doing it. So let's go get started. Our plan is, because this is symmetric, we're going to draw just this one upper right-hand quarter. We're going to draw the profile, and then we're going to draw this shape, and we're going to sweep. And then we'll turn it over and put the rib on the bottom, put the holes in, mirror it twice, and be done with the part. If you go at it that way, it's easy. If there's several other ways I have found to go at it that weren't all that good. So let's go get Onshape and get started on it. Okay, in a brand new part studio, we'll go to the hamburger menu, pull down workspace units, millimeters, 0.1, grams, 0, the rest are fine. We'll go to the top, start a sketch, do N for normal. We will draw in this quadrant here, starting with a corner rectangle. Pull up a little bit. The width is 400 for the part, divided by 2 since we're only making half a part. The height is 250 divided by 2 for half a part. The advantage is you can see it's a calculated value, so you know where to go when engineering changes something. We're going to sketch and do a chamfer like that, or a corner. Set this to 45, and that is the profile of 1/4. We'll do a green check mark. We'll roll straight up to the front, start a sketch on the front. We'll go to the use command, which is use, project, convert, depending on where you're from. Pick that one point, and then we can turn off this sketch and just work from here. We'll go to normal. We'll start off with a line, and the first line is horizontal. It's 13. I'm going to have to zoom in a little. And then we have a radius of 7, somewhere off down this way. So we'll put in a 7. And then we have a little piece of straight line, and I don't know exactly how long it is, but we know it's there because it's dimensioned an angle to it. So we'll come around this way. That radius is an 8. And then we'll put a little piece of like 3 millimeter long out here. We'll go to constraint. We'll add a tangent constraint there, here, just in case we don't have them. And remember, I told you it was dimensioned at 20, but it's 3 thick, so we're going to be at 17 here. And we're going to be at 20 degrees from vertical, which leaves us at an angle of 90 plus 20. And this should be the inside profile for that part. So we will go to offset, and this is what's really cool. Go down, left click and hold and pull straight down, and you can offset the entire curve. Type in 3 and we have it. Now we need to go to this end. We'll do a vertical constraint on that to make it fully defined. Go to this end. We'll do the same with a vertical constraint. And we have a fully defined profile. Green check mark. Turn sketch 1 back on, and when you look at it, we have a quarter of the part and we have the profile. To make this work, what we need to do is go up here to Sweep, Solid, New. We will select the profile. We will take the sweep path, and a sweep path are these 3 line segments and a green check mark. And I'm going to go over here right quick and do appearance because it's easier to see if I do this. Do a P to turn off all of those, turn off that, and that is 1/4 of the part. We need to fill in the center floor. The easy way to do that is come in here, and there's this little 3mm tail we put on that profile. We can do a sketch on it, and then we can go to Use, and we can select the inside edge on these 3 line segments. We can turn the part off, and you can see what we've got. So we'll go to the line command, go normal to it so it'll be easier to see. Go from here to there, up to here, and that gives us the missing floor of the part. Now what we need to do is extrude it, and the way I would do it, it's not the speed modeling way, but it's the way I prefer, is I'm going up to a face. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go the other way, pull it down just a hair, and I'm going to go up to this face. Oh, I said I was. I'm not sure how I got that. How'd I get that? I should have had that. Up to face. There. Ah, okay. I clicked the wrong thing. My fault. Anyway, and check mark, and we're through. By doing up to face, the thickness of this floor will follow the profile that we drew for this. So if you ever come back and change the profile thickness, this floor will follow that profile, and you won't have to remember to go change something else in a model. Now we have a rib to draw that goes underneath, so I'm going to start on that end. I'm going to go normal to it. I'm going to do a use on that line right there and that line, and then I'll hide the part because I don't need it. The rib is centered 100 millimeters center to center. So if I draw a line that is a construction line and start at the origin and just go out, say there, that should be the center of the rib. I can come down to here, and that will give me a mirror line. Now I will take a regular line command and come down, and the distance I come down is 7 minus 3. And the width of this is dimensioned as 18. I need to come back at an angle to this line, and the angle of that line is 30 degrees from here to there. So I will put in 30 degrees, set it up, and this is half of the rib. I can go to the mirror tool, select this construction line, pick up these two lines, and I have the full rib profile. So while I'm here, I can select these. I can turn the part back on, select extrude, and I want to extrude it to a face. And the face I want to extrude it to is this little 20-degree face in the back. So when I click it, it will draw the rib with the correct ending angles in both axes, and that solves all of the problems I was about to have with this zero thickness little error in here. If you try to extrude it sideways, you'll get all kinds of horrible errors. Now, the question is, what's he going to do about this extra piece sticking up here that I used to push through the back wall? I'm going to use a tool called a direct edit tool, and there's 4 of them up here, and they're normally used for imported parts, but they work just when the imported parts you don't have all of the parametric tree, so you have to use different tools. That's what these are designed for, but they work just fine right here. I'm going to say delete those 3 faces. And then I'm going to say green check mark, and all of that is cleaned up, and I have a good part. There's 2 things left to do to this part. I need the pattern of the holes, and I need to mirror it out to 4 pieces. So if we go to the mirror, to the hole tool, go to metric, simple, drilled, and 21 millimeter hole, I'm going to pick up a make connector and put it right on that corner and get a quarter circle. And what I'm going to do, instead of mirroring this shape, I'm going to mirror this feature. So I'm going to the linear pattern. I didn't mean mirror, I shouldn't have said. We're going to pattern that feature by select pattern, feature, and select that feature to pattern. It wants to know what direction do I want to go. I want to go this direction. The spacing on those things is 37.5 vertically, and it's going the wrong way, so the arrow will fix that. I'm getting a partial circle, but what I really want to do is reapply the feature. And that will force it to do the whole pattern for each location. And I need 3 of those, and that finishes the vertical pattern. I can go to second direction, select that line, put in 2, and reverse directions, and you can see where I am. I'm going to put 37.5 in for spacing, and instead of 2, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll put in 5, and that finishes all of the holes in this quarter. Green check mark, and we're good to go with that. All we lack is doing this. I'm going to use something called a multi-mirror tool. It mirrors X, Y, and Z, but it only mirrors around the origin coordinates. It uses these planes to mirror with, so if you're not mirroring at the origin, this tool will not work. But if you are, you can simply select it like I have, select add, select the part, and poof, you have 4 parts. Complete, good to go. To check this part, we can go and right-click part in the parts list, assign material. The material is not a Onshape standard, so select custom and put anything you want to in that any kind of stuff you want to in there. And the density is 7.8 E, lowercase e, minus 3, scientific notation, green check mark. And then in the bottom right hand corner, get the display mass properties balance staff and click part 1. You should get 2831 grams. If that's what you got, you have a winning part. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Talk to y'all later.